All right. The Lynx damn near blew a 29-point lead. And I don't know how it happened because it was smooth sailing in the second, and then something flipped in the second half because nothing could go right. And fortunately, down the wire, they were able to make some crucial buckets to dead the game. But it was close. So let's see what transpired. First possession. Late clock situation too. C-Dubs on a rock. Two-man game with Fee on that left quad. Exler's there, so she's reading it, communicating to BC, but she's square. C-Dub's going to look to reject. Snatch. Wave off Fee. Yeah, no ball screen. And then one dribble hezzy, cross. And BC bites. Now she's looking to get downhill, but on this vacate, it's kind of awkward because Fee's slipping to where C-Dub is looking to drive. So their lines intersect. And Exler's low enough, so she's already in the lane. They switch it? They do. Because BC was beat anyway. So this is basically a peel. But then Howard's going backdoor and lays two with an inside hand. Because DeLeo is in the gap. So she's trying to read what's transpiring. So she's down the line. I can see she quickly 2-9s. So she can see Howard in her vision. But as she was looking to break, maybe ball watching a bit too long. And then as she's looking to break, she gets burned. So this was how they got up 29. So this is basically when the game flips. Because this is the start of the Fire's run. So maybe the Lynx started playing with their food because up 29, that should be an auto win in the W. There should be no chance of the Fire even running this back. Hit trail. We're going to our split. I'm coming off a rip DHO. Pejami. I'm going to catch and pull because McBride, she detaches. Why is she lagging? They could even switch that. Guard. But now she's late, cheats, and BC decides to pull from deep, but it's long, and it falls to DeLeo. Long bounce, she just swims around, secures the O board. So off the O board, we're spraying, and she's spraying to BC because I think she was getting back on defense, and McBride was looking to leak. So now she comes down. But McBride's there. She's able to recover. BC sees it, peeks, jabs, sets her feet, and then tries again, but misses again. Why'd she even pull this? Because DeLeo can't look to dive here, right? Is that why she got the O board? She just slips, gets inside positioning. Soft miss, but it's a 50-50. So off the miss on the try again. It's a 50-50. And Posh gets the tap. Falls to Harrison. Finds DeLeo on the drop off. Deep catch. But Howard's able to help down. High hands, vertical. And DeLeo just lays two over top. So Harrison's on the rock. Ball screen with DeLeo. It's 5 out. Usually they'd have Exler at either the slot or wing and BC in the corner. So this is not ideal alignment for them. But let's see. So Howard's in the drop. Harrison's going to eat the space. She sees the lane. I'm getting downhill. But Howard's going to veer. And then she's going to spray. And Exler, she's kind of floating in that half space. Fee pulls in, catch. I'm driving middle. Drop step. But Fee can slide. High hands. Uh-oh. On that drop step. Up fake. Fee bites. And now you open up the up and under. Exler's going to step through. Try to float over top. She airs. But that's a perfect miss because the Leo's got inside positioning. She's there to clean up, high catch, and high finishes too. Yeah, it was off that veer. Because now Miles, she's got to try and put a body. It's impossible. Miles and Howard two-man game. We're playing 5 out. The Leo's going to look to hedge, right? She is. So she's going to hedge. Try to reroute Miles. Forces her into a retreat dribble at least. Harrison. She's looking to tag. The Leo's looking to retreat. Miles. She was going to make that pass over top, but she read the low man. So now swing. Great extra. Reverse the rock. Harrison's caught in that two-way, but she can retreat in time. It's a disciplined close. Can't be mad at that. I'm kind of surprised Miles does not read C-Dub here. Because most times, she's keeping her dribble alive, and she would be able to read this on the backside. Because if she just skips that, maybe this is not a great line. So maybe had C-Dub been filling deep corner, she would just skip that. And look at Enksler, there's no X. And maybe here, we've got players in her vision. Is that BC on the rock? It is. So she must have got a veer here. Now she's going to look to attack this mismatch. Pull her dribble out. Take Howard to the deep end. Everybody else fly in the defense. I like this. Just give her all this space to fry. One dribble, Hezzy. I'm going right to left. Howard's going to slide. I'm pushing off. I'm wrapping the counter. Getting you off my body. And now I'm going back mid. One dribble. C-Dub's going to look to stunt. BC splits. And then just finishes with 2. Let me see that again. High pickup. Split. And look at that long step with the left. Right, left. To beat Howard to the spot. And now Howard's stuck on her hip. Howard can't even get across. Actually, she can. But on that high pickup, she splits, brings a rock down, and then brings it back up. That's still tough, actually. Booner's on the rock. And she's looking for a DHO here, right? It's going to be a pitch to Oblak. Cool. And I can see BC's got her hands up. Yo. Why are you not getting me the rock? Because now what are they looking to get to? You've got all this space inside to exploit, and everybody's just holding high lines. What is this? So pitch. Miles is looking to chase over. Coffee's up. So they just veer this? Or are they reading 1 through 5? I'm not actually sure. But Bruno reads it because she probably feels Coffee climbing up and she sees Miles chasing over. So she'll just slip, get inside positioning. And I don't think Coffee has to be up here because McBride's already there, nail extended. So you've got load. So as Oblak's looking to turn the corner, I don't know if she can even get through that gap. So now you retreat with the roll. They score off this? They do. Easy pass over top. Deep roll. It's actually not an and-1. Because we've got C-Dub basically single side here. Tries to help in. It's late. But on this catch, Booner's actually going to bring the rock down, exposing it for a split second. And C-Dub just misses the strip. I think you've got a high catch. If you see the help, high finish. 6 on the clock. Down 21. So we've cut the lead by 8. in about 2 minutes, I think, which is not terrible. We've got C-dub, mid SNR. We've got Williams, she's up, looking to show. And we've got Fee. That's a great roll. Slips early. But as C-dub's looking to turn a corner, the handles are loose. So she fumbled the rock. Now, on that dribble, as she picks her head up, is the window gone? It is. Because we've got this two side, and Booner's going to catch that roll. They peel here? They do, right? No, they don't peel. So on that show, now Williams is looking to retreat. Booner, she sees C-dub spraying to Coffee because she's lifting here, but she can't retreat until she waits for Williams to retreat. But I think that's fine because I would be comfortable giving up this shot. It's a dare shot to Coffee. If she wants to catch and pull from deep spotting up, be my guest. So late contest, that's fine. So off the short miss, it was a long bounce. Now you're playing in transition, pushing the rock, and Williams is just rim running. She beats Fee down the floor. Coffee doesn't see it. She gets behind the defense, hit her in stride, and she gets the lay two on that run out. And that's another easy two. So two putbacks, a run out, and then a deep roll. Miles has pooch on her. And I wonder why. Big, big, big. So they've got three bigs. Hold on. Who is Miles calling for? Sophie is communicating to McBride, yo, bring BC into the action. But why would you want BC to switch onto Miles when she's already got this mismatch? Is that not a big? This makes no sense. Now you slip, they switch, and now she's looking for McBride. But wasn't the whole point of that ball screen or this ghost was to get you BC? Alright then. BC square, non-shooter strong corner, side of three. Alright. Cross left to right. I'm getting downhill, splitting, and then getting blocked. That was a nice split. And then on that left right, she beats BC to the spot. And then she's going inside finish, but BC's there. Another late clock situation, and they're only up 19 now. And I can see it's still their two-man game. C-dub and Fee. Williams was probably hedging. Forced C-dub to pick the rock up, and now she's bouncing to Fee on the pop. Williams is looking to retreat. But on the catch, it's immediate rip. I'm driving the slot. I'm splitting. And Booner's reading that. I like this. And BC's actually pointing, yo, that's your rotation. And I like this from Williams too. She knows on this retreat, she can't recover. She's now beat here because she can't get back in front of Fee. She just communicates to Booner, yo, you catch, I'll peel. So now she's there. Great communication. And Booner's there early. Fee sees it. She was forced into an early pickup off that stunt. Booner's there. Jumps. Well, that's dangerous. And Fee actually doesn't initiate contact. Because on this gather, pump, once she leaves her feet, you can initiate contact and get two at the line. But instead, she'll just surface as she's coming down. So now you go up as she's coming down and try to pull two over top. I think you take the whistle every single time here. But this was great communication by everybody. Low man, seeker, peel, 60-40 stunt, because players are allergic to filling the deep corner, especially on that strong side for some reason. The rock must have got poked loose here, so it must have been Fee reaching. But Carlton's there. She'll retrieve the rock. And now what? McBride's there too. She'll go under. And now, not really a rescreen, but basically. And then she's going to slip as soon as she sees McBride chasing over. Fee's got to drop, retreat with the roll, play 2. And BC recognize it. I'm getting downhill, 1-2. Let me get to my spot. And just pull 2 in between 2. And she's just keeping McBride on her hip. You're not recovering here. That stick hand does nothing. And she might have a drop off on this pass. Not this pass, this jump. So jump pass, hit her, high catch, high finish. Because on this weak side, she's shaking behind. I'm not sure what she's doing, but it is preoccupying Caldwell, because otherwise, I think she would commit to this low tag.
Now this one, Lynx.
They need pace, so this is good. Even off a make, just push the rock. You gotta find an easy 2, because all they need to do right now is stop the bleeding.
This one, Lynx.
And then she beats Oblak here.
Now this.
Not sure how. And she's pushing the rock central, but Booner sees it. Let's see, she does. So now she'll pick the rock up. They just peel here. And on this dribble, C-Dub sees it, so she knows I've got this 2 side. So now I'm spraying. And on the spray, they peeled. But Winterburn, she's there, ready to play 2. Soft stun. I'm going to fall. And now Oblak. She can match up with Coffee. She's going to rip. Try and drive that close. Get mid. But this is a great lag by Booner. Stay at the nail. Now she's driving, trying to get inside. Free stunt. And now you force an early pickup. Coffee's trying to go into Oblak's body. But Oblak absorbs that drive. Maintains her stick hand. And gets the strip. No strip. No jump ball. But you get a stop. Damn. 3 for 8. And I think they started the quarter 3 for 3. 6 minutes in. But now we've got the BOB. And this must be America's play, right? Caldwell, rip, curling off the up. We've got McBride diving. Fee. Oh, so setting up an elevator. This is nice. Because now both bigs screened her on that rip. Now she's coming off. Yeah, it is an elevator. But as she U-turns here, BC detaches, tries to cheat, gets caught, and now she's curling tight. And then she sees BC cheating. I'm going to cut back, try to fade it, catch and pull from deep, but it's rushed. I'm not sure why she takes this step towards the rock. Because on this step, she sees BC cheating. So I'm kind of surprised she doesn't take that step and then fade. So now she sprays opposite wing, you catch, you create more separation between you and BC, and you're pulling an open look from deep. Whereas here, you kind of allow BC to cheat. She gets a decent contest, enough to make her rush. Caldwell's got the rock, and she's looking towards Fee because Fee's calling for it. At least I think. Yo, swing that. But then Caldwell decides against it because that's a great denial by Booner. She's there, showing length with that stick hand. And then Fee tries to counter. Back cut. Nope, I'm there. I'm bodied up, denying. And look at Winterburn. She's ready. Not worried about what's transpiring on this weak side because these two are exchanging. All she's focused on is making sure she's there to help. So their low man activity in this third has been really good so far. Because everybody, regardless of who it's been, they've been locked in, reading that strong side. And even BC, she knows I'm seeker, I'm peeking, checking my blind spots. I gotta get ready to play too just in case. You can just see the activity, even the denial. And now Caldwell, I see nothing. What am I gonna do? Another late clock situation. Hezzy cross, Hezzy. Let me try and drive. But look at this. Because Howard was going to set a ball screen, and now she's late to vacate. You gotta respace here. Fill away from her, free stunt. Caldwell's forced into an early ass pickup. And look where she's taking off. Very shallow paint. And that's a very far float. This is a difficult shot. And then who? Alright, they do clean glass. And now they get to push. Throw ahead. High catch. No. Because Howard, she's reading it. She's backpedaling. It's kind of underthrown. She jumps. She misses? No, she doesn't. Does she? Not sure. But she does enough. Because it's not a clean catch for Williams. So as she's trying to catch that rock, it's just fumbling. Damn. That would have been 2. I still don't think they've scored since the bucket that put them up 29. I can't exactly remember, but it's been a while. And there's been no pace. So now they've got to execute in the half court again. We've got C-Dub on the rock. Drag. Fee's calling for the rock because she wants to stop the bleeding. She's got Booner mashed up with her. Yo, I'm ducking her in. Give me the punch. And C-Dub sees it. So one dribble, Hezzy. I'm rejecting this drag. I want to find Fee. But look at Booner. So first it was that denial. And now it's just fighting for positioning. You're not going to duck me in. This is not Mouse in the House. I'm climbing up your high side. I'm gambling. And she actually pays for this. That's a great entry. Inside hand. But again, look at the low man activity. Samuelson, she sees it. Not concerned about hers. And now she's able to rotate over early. And she's going high hands and vertical. So on this catch, as Fee's looking to open up, she's now greeted by the help. Push off, and then you get this strip and a stop. This is just beautiful low man activity. Because this would have been 2 had she been hugged up for no reason. So Samuelson saves the rock. Was it even falling out of bounds? Not sure, but we've got to get off to Booner. She's going to push the rock, and I like this because instead of looking for an outlet, you just push. Because now you create cross matches. Caldwell's now got to pick the rock up. The Lynx are trying to get mashed up. There's a lot of confusion. Booner recognizes it. And now she's thinking, I'm just going to get downhill. Turn the corner tight. Around that midline. And then beat 2 to lay 2. Is it really that easy? Let me see. So she beats Caldwell, and right here, Howard could just help, no? You help, contain the rock, she's forced to pick it up, and even here, Fee, free stunt. Because the Fire haven't gotten to their alignment yet. Nobody's really spacing the floor yet. But she just beats 3? It's not even 2. And Howard could still switch here. Emergency switch? No? And actually, on this frame, if she does, and Booner misses soft, now we've got William just rolling. And then she'll crash, probably clean up on that weak side. No handoff. Let's see. The fake does nothing. Caldwell's gonna deny. And Williams, she's actually gonna make a pass over top into space because she was expecting Winterburn to curl off. But she was looking for a high split. Which I can understand why they're both looking for what they're looking for, but obviously not on the same page. Fee reads it, easy pick, and now bounce ahead, and then you bounce ahead, easy drop off, and Howard's able to stop the bleeding. And this is what they needed. Something in transition, quick run out. So off the turnover, it's going to be pistol. Early step up from McBride. They switch. They do or don't, I can't tell. Because Winterburn, she's going to escort McBride to Harrison. And she's there. So they're looking to switch. And then Winterburn, instead of switching, she looks to retreat when she basically communicated a switch to Harrison. I'm confused. Are you crazy? You're just gonna leave Miles? She sees it. Oh, alright. I'll just drive the channel. And DeLeo sees it. What is going on? Tries an emergency switch. She gets burned. Samuelson, she's Arden lane, she's reading it, she's able to rotate over, high hands, but Miles just lays 2 over top. I'm just confused about this. Because McBride does ghost it, which she always does. So maybe their coverage for ghosts are to stay square. You don't want to switch it. But you're already in front of the rock. So it looks to be a aggressive switch. So I can't blame Harrison for reading that. Because how else is she supposed to interpret this? That is Caldwell on the rock. And I think she's stuck here. Samuelson's pressing up, trying to trace the rock. And Fee's looking for another duck in on that right low post. But that's not really bully ball. Engstler, she's climbing up, trying to front, but she can't. Now she's caught high, but again, look at the low man. Because we've got BC, she's reading it the entire time, not concerned about this skip to the weak corner. I gotta help. Because that's another gamble from one of their bigs. Fee catches, she's looking to drive, 1 dribble, but now she's greeted by BC, she's there early, stick up, and you get a deflection. Unfortunately, now DeLeo, she's a seeker here. She's trying to play 2, she breaks, reads it, but just reads it wrong. Because she was not expecting that deflection, so you can't really blame her. And then the 50-50 falls to Delaire. But Harrison, she'll rotate. You get off an X here. BC, she gambles, can't jump the pass, cool. But now you're pressing up. Now you release. Yeah. Engsler's communicating it. So she knows. She's going to jump out, look to hedge. Now you get to retreat. BC denies that ball screen. You blow that up. Now what? She's got to pull from deep, and she airs that. Just great defense again. And it starts with this. Actually, it starts with this. Just a fight for positioning inside. And then their low man always being there early. So on this catch, you just get a tilt off. There's nothing Fee can do here. And this is why they call the low man the MIG. Now we're in the fourth. And it's a 17-point game. So they cut it down by 12, which is not bad. We've got Carlton coming off an Ivo, I believe. And I've noticed the Fire love to use the Ivo trigger. They always start their possessions with it. And sometimes it'll be Ivo into a Spain. And here it's going to be Ivo into U-turn and flare. Which is fine too. Because instead of that ball screen, Spain, just flare Howard. Uh-oh, she gets caught. DeLeo reads it. I'm going to fade that. Catch, pull. But it's strong. Let me see how Howard navigates this. She sees it. She's caught. Can't chase over. Very late contest. Flyby really doesn't matter. And Delaire. She was trying to stay attached to BC so bad that she just runs into Howard. And she's not looking to switch out at all. 15 on the clock. So Engsler's on the rock. BC's on that right block for some reason. Not too sure why. And now she'll clear out. But what are we looking for here? Harrison's spacing away. So Samuelson. Try and activate her. He's going to fake in. Look for the handoff. No. So no handoff. We're not activating you. We're actually just going to flow into an inverted step up. Alright, cool. Uhas looking to go under 2. Whoa. I think going under 2 is fine here, but Miles doesn't let her through. And not only that, she's not looking to hedge because she wants to stay attached to Samuelson. Because if she does, now Samuelson's slipping. So maybe she doesn't want to give that pop for 3. And I guess this is fine. And that's why it's fine. Because Engsler's coming off. If she can pocket pull from deep, you have to live with it, honestly. Because I would give her this dare shot. 8 on the clock. So their offense really did get sticky throughout that second half. And I can see right now on this frame, they have no idea what they want to get to. Everything must have gotten blown up. And now you've got to find Howard inside. But that's not a mismatch. One dribble, little shimmy. I'm going right shoulder. But Samuelson's going to help in. She's there. Tries a dig. She does. And that actually forces Howard to bring the rock down right there. Because I think on this gather, she was going to go up. Has to bring the rock down. And then tries to step through. But that's a difficult shot regardless. Because, again, it's not a mismatch. And I think Engsler actually gets a block. High hands, she's vertical. Let me show you my double sticks. And she's going with an inside hand because I don't think she has a left. Or she does actually. I've seen her make lays with her left. But right here, on that step through, using her left. She might be able to get that over top, but she's got to fade. But then you just get blocked. 13 on the clock. Wait, was this an SOB? It must have been, right? Now DeLeo's looking to clear out. So is Engstler. We're going guard to guard, fly in the defense. Let's see. So Delaire's communicating to Miles, yo, guard to guard. She's attached. Do they switch? They do switch. But Miles peeks. She's late to open up. And now on this slip by BC, she's caught high. Pass over top. Nope, you can't find her. Miles, 3/4 deny. I'm there. But she gets the rock because Miles gets on her low side, catch, right shoulder, turn around, and just twos over top. That is not an easy shot because Miles is there. Tattooed to her. Stick up. And there's actually contact with that shooting hand. Not shooting hand, shooting arm. Right there on the elbow. So that could have been called for an and-1. You can see BC. Yo, really? Right in your face? Now it's a 15-point game, which still isn't that bad. But the lead is basically cut in half. And look at this. Another late clock situation. The theme of the second half for them. And I wish I could see the full possession because I have no idea what transpired earlier. And I can actually tell from this frame, it was a two-man game between Miles and Howard. Hard hedge, forced her off the rock, and she probably couldn't make a pass over top to Howard rolling because, again, low man's ready. So she was forced to swing to that second side, right? Now we've got Coffee on the rock, swing, swing. DeLeo can now recover. And then we're going back inside to Howard. But this is not an advantage. Back down against DeLeo on that right block? What are you going to do? Free dig. Spray it. I can close. Easy recovery. You get another stop. Does Engstler have the rock? She does. So handoff for Oblak. And Delaire's trying to deny. She's got her hand through. But she can't poke the rock loose. And now she's caught on that ball screen. You're cleaned. Oblak's coming off tight. And now Juhas in a drop. She's point switching. Yo, we gotta veer this. And now Carlton's looking to space away, but it's kind of awkward. She's looking to roll with inside positioning. Howard tags in on that single side. I'm fine with this tag, actually. Because I think Oblak might be able to make that pass over top. If she throws that into space, Juhas, maybe not. Stick hand. Could she get a deflection? Possibly. But I think I would be fine with a single side tag. I think you have to in this situation. Or maybe you could even peel. But regardless, she reads that. And now I'm skipping to the left corner. Catch and pull from deep for DeLeo. She misses, but it's long. And it falls right back to her. Easy cleanup. That's kind of unlucky. One dribble. Juhas. She was looking to clean glass. Now she's out of position. Runs into Howard. She's there in the lane trying to lag. But she just floats that over top. I'm trying to think of the last time they scored. I think it was Miles. She drove the side because of a red mess up. And then before that, I think it was a run out for Howard. And she reversed too. But besides those 3 buckets, they haven't really executed in the half court. And they're going double drag here. Exler's communicating. She can chase over. We've got the hedge. Cool. Force her into a retreat dribble, and she actually picks the rock up here. So the hedge works. Juhas. We got her popping. We got Howard rolling to Leo. Can she retreat? No, she can't. But Juhas can't make her pay. It's a bad miss too. Catch. Set your feet. Tee up from deep. She misses wide. But it falls to Howard because she gets inside positioning. Not really. Swims around though. One dribble. And then she loses the rock. Wow. Loose ass handles. And now they get to run again. O'Block and Carlton. So they really like this two-man game. Small, bigs, just flatten the defense, keep them down the floor, and force McBride and Miles to navigate this. That's cool. Let's see what happens here. They're going to switch, right? And they are. And Miles is opened up, but she's caught high again. So I can see BC's looking to slip. You hit in her pocket or pass over top. She's catching short. Howard helps up. BC drop off to Williams. Williams lays two because I can see Fee's upping her line. So I don't think she would be able to crack back on this. Damn. That was kind of dangerous. Do you not just make a pass over top instead? Because again, we've got Miles caught high here. Instead of that, O'Black's going to one dribble, try and thread the needle, and it actually deflects off Miles' knee right there. But luckily, it falls right to BC. She's able to shield her off the rock. It's mine, but now she's stuck. And Booner's going to lift, give her this line. And that's the right thing to do because I can see right here, as soon as BC retrieves the rock, Howard's trying to decide, do I help up here? Because if she does, you might expose that drop off. Not expose, open it up. And Fee's reading it. So she's trying to read Howard. If you help, I'm helping the helper. So she'll crack back. But that means there's this line now. So Fee is doing the right thing here. Now, can you break? Yeah, it's fine. Because clean look for Booner. But I think you live with that. Let her take three instead of giving two to Williams. But then she gets the O board. So her and Howard fighting for positioning. Neither one of them really have leverage. She swims around and gets that weak side first. So Williams has the O board. And this is when it gets dangerous. Just look at the defense. You've got four at the break or lower. Everybody's flying. Booner's going to make that cut. Who catches it? Fee sees it. But now O'Black quickly just fills out to the slot. Catch. And now she's wide open. Look at this. Scramble situation. And then she'll pull from deep. And what is that now? 1, 2... I think that's 3 or 4 O-boards during this big run. Look at the confidence they have. Now they're just trapping 94. We're not letting you get an inbound. Everything's getting pressured. And look what happens. There's no outlet. You've literally got two just heating Miles here. You are not getting the rock. And then Fee, because she doesn't want the 5 seconds, throws the rock into space. and she just throws it a bit ahead of Miles, and she's got her hands up. They're crumbling, and look at the crowd. They're getting more into it. They believe. A single-digit game. But at least I can see this possession. And just look at the confidence. There's no reason for Williams to do this. But because of the run and that belief, she doesn't give a damn. I'm in your shirt. Harassing you. Look at that. Reaching crazy. Both hands just tracing the rock. You are not finding a pass. Because they were going to their double ups. Both sides too. But now, Howard, alright, I can't make a pass. You want to press up? I'm going to rip. Open you up. Get downhill middle. And she actually beats Williams here. But instead of eating that space, she's looking to spray. But look at the spacing here. It's terrible. You've already got BC already gapping. That's an easy break for her. I wonder why she doesn't get downhill. Because Old Black, she's helping in. But look at that weak side. You got C-Dub. She's holding half space. If she helps up a little more, drop off. C-Dub lays 2. BC, I don't think she would help in. So you might have all that space to eat. And then Williams, she is B here. But maybe she feels Williams pressed up against her. So she's uncomfortable. And that just makes her make a bad decision. BC's there. Easy interception. Now we're running. Take foul? Hezzy. Get downhill. Is that really a take? I guess. Open floor. You stop a transition opportunity. But she's not wrapping her up or anything. She's reaching for the rock here, is she not? There's contact. But I do think she's reaching for the rock. Maybe a bit of embellishment from BC. I don't know if McBride hurt her that hard. But she gets the take. Wow. So BC converts the take and she converts a tech. I forget who got the tech. And now they get to retain possession. SOB, we've got a zip. Old Black's gonna catch. And now what are they getting to? Spain. You can see it. And you can see Booner in this situation. She's looking to get to the elbow because most times you're triggering your Spain off an Ivo. But she realizes, no, I just got to clear out to the corner. We don't need the Ivo. And now, whoa, she sees the lane, gets downhill, and lays with the left off the goofy. How did that break down so fast? Let me see. So Miles, she's peeking, and now I can see she's exposing that high right. And they're all out of position here because you've got this flat ball screen. So she can really go left or right. And she can clearly see the lane left here. I'm turning the corner tight. And now Miles can't open up and slide. Howard, she can't open up and slide. Tries to veer, but she gets burned here. Because not Old Block. I keep calling her Old Block. Old Black. She's turned the corner tight, and she's going inside to cut off Howard's recovery line. And now there's no way she can get in front. I'm laying 2 with the left. 2 possession game with 6:05 to go. So that take hurt them bad. Because the Fire converted 4 points during that possession. 2 at the line and then 2 at the rim. Yeah, this is getting ugly. Because they still haven't scored this quarter. if I'm not mistaken. Damn. And just listen to the crowd. They are going crazy. They really think they're going to win the game at this point, which I can understand. But we've got Poch. So she's assigned to Miles? Maybe they want to put length on her? Because this looks kind of risky. And they're actually going to send the hit. So as soon as she looks to make her move and cross that 47, we're selling. Williams, hit. And now she's going to reject, drive away from it. This is fine too, because she doesn't want to get off the rock. She splits. Because C-Dub, for some reason, she's filling wing. That forces Miles into an early pickup. Booner. She was mashed up with Fee. Releases. I gotta contain the rock. I'm there. So she's gonna rotate over. And then high hands. And forces Miles into a difficult full extension lay. And she alters this. Because it's kind of rare to see Miles smoke a lay. She put a bit too much on that. And it really started right here. Being forced into that early pickup. Because had C-Dub already been filling deep corner, Miles driving that slot. And I don't think Booner can make that rotation on Dag. I think she would just get beat. Old Black's got the rock. We've got Williams looking to set a ball screen. It's going to be flat. Miles. She peeks, but she's not opened up. She's forced to chase over. And Williams going to look to slip. Howard's in a drop. She's got to help contain the rock. C-Dub. She's sitting on that lane line, looking to tag in. Now we've got Poch. Just wide open in that weak corner. But can Old Black find her? Are you going roll? Or are you going corner? Because you've got the spray. You've got the pocket. You got BC. Kind of late to shape behind here. And now she's caught on this single side as BC's looking to make that shake because McBride's following. She's going to skip, catch, pull, no three. Really bad miss, actually. Yeah, that's wide and short. And that would have been a big shot because that was an open look with about half to go. You cut it to one. Now they finally get to push the rock. A rare transition opportunity. Well, it's more semi-transition because the Fire are back. Hold on. Why do they have a numbers disadvantage? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's Miles? So she must be down or something. And that's why Williams does that. At least I assume. Because Posh was picking the rock up. She's trailing. Booner can get matched up with Fee. Old Black. Because Miles is down. I'm assuming. She can wait. And then Williams. She can reach for free. Because Howard's trailing. Then she'll retreat. Where's Old Black matching up with her? Not sure. But it's a free reach. McBride. She's able to open her up though. Now she's turned her corner tight. Splits. And Poch is actually looking back. But isn't that your matchup? Because she was picking the rock up here. And then she peeks. But you're supposed to get in front, right? Because Booner can't. She's got to match up with Fee. And now, uh-oh. Doesn't really slide in front. McBride is turning tight. But she is there. Actually, she can, kind of. But that's a difficult lay. One dribble. I'm going left, right, off the goofy. One hand pickup. And laying two over top. Full extension. Look at the takeoff. That's shallow paint. And Poch. Does she get in front? Not really. But she is able to come across McBride's body. At least force a difficult lay. Damn. Probably didn't have to give that up though. But then off a make. Wow. So give a run out for a run out. And that's actually C-Dub, not Miles, right? No, it was Miles. Let me see. So Miles was looking to get down the floor. C-Dub recognized that BC was leaking, but she can't get down there. Easy inside finish. So they exchange twos. We've got C-Dub on the rock. Howard's going to set the ball screen. Interesting alignment. One dribble Hezzy. Oblak. She's opened up. Chases over. Soft hedge. And now Williams is going to look to break. Poch. She's pulled in. Sitting on that lane line. So this was protected regardless. And now what? C-Dub. Cross. Looking for options. Everybody's denying. Up around the line. Uh-oh. Cross. Get your spot. And just pulls two over top. What do you even do here? Right to left. You want to gap me. It's comfortable. She's stuck in mud. Not a great contest. If one at all. And she makes a bailout. Big bucket too. Now we've got Oblak pushing. And we're going early step up with Carlton. They want to get straight to their pistol. Let's see. She's going to slip, isn't she? She is. No way you mess up your red. So Miles doesn't open up or peek at all. I can tell there's no communication here. And McBride's going to detach, hedge, reroute Oblak, but then Miles is late to red here. You can see she backs up, peeks, and then sees it late. And now you've got BC coming off clean. Great flare here. She gets caught. I'm catching and pulling three. Huge shot. Tries to chase over. She might have been able to shoot the gap here. She can actually cheat this, I think. Because Howard, she lets her through. If you cheat, you might meet her. And there's no gaps to even drive. If she catches, try to punch that. Easy plug for Fee because of spacing. So maybe in this situation, she should have cheated. Well, they shouldn't have messed up the red in the first place. It's guard. Should be simple. Now, what are the Lynx going to answer with? We've got Miles on the rock. Posh is picking her up. Howard, she's looking for a flash. She is. So we're going high-low to Collier. Collier is looking for a duck in. Instead of that right low post, we're going left this time. Get the flash. And I like this too, because now it forces Williams up the floor. Your low man is... Yeah, that's Oblak. And then that's even a hard rotation. Because she wouldn't get ball side here if she were to rotate. You can see Booner. She's trying to fight for positioning. Trying to climb up. Get on Fee's high side. Look for that 3/4. But she kind of embellishes here. She falls, no. Easy pass over top. Black. You can't look to react. And this is why you have to be there early, because I can tell she's going to be late. Catch. Let you fly by, and then surface. Easy too. Look at that. Simple basketball. And that might be their first possession where the lone man was very, 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 very late. So this is early in the clock. So she looked to drive. Were they flattening the defense? They must have been. So C-Dub cuts that off. She's forced to pick the rock up. And she leaves her feet, so she's stuck in air. But Booner creeps up, gives her a line. Fee, ball watching, late to break. Now Booner, catch. Now I'm driving mid, split. But Fee's there, slides back in front, cut that off. Now she's looking to spin to counter, step through, and then full extension lay with the left. Damn. Push off. Gets Fee off her body. And now on that reverse pivot, she's trying to eat up all that space. But Fee, even though she's stuck in mud, she can recover. She's high hands, reaches down. Is that a block? I think it is. That's a big stop too. Up 5. 18 on the clock. So they push the rock quick. What are they looking for here? Matchups look fine. And Fee's looking for another ducking, because she just scored on that left block. But it's kind of awkward here because BC can post for free. McBride decides to fill the strong break. I think she's got to clear out opposite, no? Get to the weak corner. And now on that entry, she can throw that pass to the outside hand of Fee. And she's turning right shoulder, which is the shot she wants. Catch, spin base, 2 over top. Because Booner again is looking to sit on that inside hand, climb up, look for that 3/4. But they've actually got length on the rock. So Poch is going to make it very uncomfortable. Press up. Oh. Wow. And it works out. Because she presses up, doesn't want to allow an easy entry. And right here, one dribble, she's crossing, and she just loses the rock. And it's all because of her pressure. Now it's yours, quick pick, and now you push. And then hit BC trailing. Do they have numbers? They do here. Now she dribbles across. That engages Howard. She's forced to switch onto the rock. Miles. She was getting back. And now she's caught low. And now on that break, can she rotate out? She can. But Black just makes her pay. That's a nice snake too. Engage 2. Spray. Catch. Pull. Tracy. And now it's a 2-point game. Now let's see what they get to. So C-Dub's got the rock, high right quad. We're going early away from McBride. Hand back, pitch, get. No. So no hand back. We're going to swing the rock to McBride. And she's flowing into a mid SNR. So we're putting the rock in McBride's hands. Wow. I like that though. Fee, strong corner. This is fine. So tween, Hezzy, Carlton square, but she's not opened up. Tries to chase over. And I can see she gets clipped. Howard knows. Williams looking to hedge. I'm slipping. And Williams is going to soft hedge. And this is the second time I've seen her do that. And I wonder why. Because even if Howard slips and gets behind you, trust your backside. Your low man has been so good. Because Poch is going to catch that. She can play 2. You could play 3 with 2 here. But because it's a soft hedge, you don't reroute McBride. It's now tween Hezzy. She's turned her corner tight and clean. No help. She can't help off strong corner. Alright. One hand pick up. Let me lay 2. Damn. And this is why I always say, if you're ever in between 2, you're dead. Either commit to the roll, stay with yours, or commit to the rock. In this situation, commit to the rock. So straight to their pistol. Just go to one of your patented actions. And right here, let's see if they mess up their red. Because they've messed up a few times now. So surely they can't mess up again, right? It should be simple. And they mess it up. Why would you put 2 on the rock here? So C-dubs opened up, but this is fine, right? Because you know BC's gonna slip. Stay square. I don't understand why you're jumping out here. Because C-dub, even though she's opened up, she's at least forcing Old Black to drive the side. Miles on that backside. She knows she's gonna be low man, and she's seeing this transpire. She's gonna lag, look to flood. So if Old Black beats C-dub, you've got help. And then Fee can just play 2 on that backside. So I'm not sure why they have to do this. You have to know it's gonna be for a slip. And now you mess up, and now you open up the throwback. Carlton, she's flying off the flare. And actually, Howard sees it, looks to switch out. Yo, that's gotta be a slip, right? Can DeLeo not feel Howard climbing up her body? Because she's got one hand on her. And then she taps her on the back again. So if you see 2 on a rock, you know your man is looking to jump out. You just have to slip, right? Because Miles is looking to retreat. You slip, catch, short or deep. You got this runway to lay 2. And if Fee rotates in, now you got that dive. And actually, Old Black's actually looking for the pass. I can see it right here. She wants to make this pass into space, expecting DeLeo to slip because they messed up the red. So C-dub's in overreaction mode. So is Howard. They're both looking to fly out to BC here. Why are you holding this? Look at this. They're both caught high. You gotta slip, slip, slip. And now Old Black, pass fakes. You're not gonna slip, not gonna hit you. And now you get no advantage. They get to switch that late. She gets to retreat, slide back in front, and now you're cut off. One dribble, she's there, reaches, nothing. But it forces you to counter, try and spin middle, but now you're stuck. She's there, high hands, and you got to put up that. Wow. Should have been an easy 2 this possession. 1:03 to go. And they're looking for their horns, I believe. Entry, rip. No rip. So Fee's just going to look to slip. So she wants another ducking. And I can see Miles. That was definitely not a part of the plan. She was expecting to come off a rip. And then Fee decides, forget all that. I want to play bully ball. And she was looking to play bully ball throughout this entire second half. Not just against the Fire Smalls, but also their bigs. But it hasn't really worked out. just because of the fire's low man. She actually gets a great duck in here. Keeps Engstler on her low side. Engstler can't open up and try to climb up on her high side. You get the entry. It's a high pass, but Fee's able to reach, catch that, one dribble, I'm going up, but she gets blocked. And again, it's the help. Look at Carlton. She's there. Kind of reads it late. I think she can poach even more here. Really pinch in. Because if she was already in the lane, now on this catch, as Fee looks to open up, she's now greeted by that. So she's stuck. But you allowed her to catch, one dribble, look to step through, and then all you can do is swipe. Oblak. She's also rotating, fly by, and actually does enough because it forces Fee to adjust. And even though Engstler's caught on her high side, she's able to go up, high hands, vertical, and gets a block on her blind side. 10 to go. So after that big stop, this is a big possession. You've got to score here. And they've actually got two mismatches. So there must have been a switch. Fees on Carlton. And then we've got C-Dub on DeLeo. And they've got to find this, right? Because she's got inside positioning against C-Dub. C-Dub's trying to sit on her lap, get a full white, but if she seals her, create that pass over top, high catch, high two. If Howard rotates over, Engstler, you dive, big drop off. Or if she cracks, now you open up the spray to the weak corner. Because I don't know if you want to attack Fee off the dribble. Even though I can kind of understand. She's a big. But she's mobile. See, one dribble. Hezi. She's going right to left. Hezi. Let me get downhill. But Fee's there. I'm sliding. And this is why it's not an advantage, really. It's cut off. I'm going to counter with a wrap. But then on that wrap, because McBride was loading up, she just gambles here. And it works out because it's basically a blindside fire. As she's looking to make this wrap, she is not expecting this. So on the wrap, she looks to get the rock. Nope, I'm picking that. That's pretty bad. And that's the right thing to do. Just pull your dribble out. They can basically 2 for 1. A bucket here would ice the game. And look at Coach. Yo, you got to hit right now. Forced the rock out of her hands. Again, look at Miles. She sees it. I'm driving away. And BC's there. She's kind of square, but she's opened up. So Miles can just turn the corner tight. I'm getting downhill. Cut off the line. That was nice too. And I'm going Euro pass fake. And then going wide. She gets the whistle. She actually could have just made the drop off. Because on that hit, you've got no help for the helper. So as soon as Engstler helped in, and then rotated over, you could just hit the pocket. Blade 2. And actually, if it wasn't a whistle, it was going to be a cleanup. Because she misses towards that weak side. BC, she tries to peel, get a hit, but you can't really put a body because Howard's too good at cleaning up. And once she gets inside positioning, you're not pushing her off the spot. 27-3, 24, so a 3-second difference, down 5. This is basically the last shot. If you don't score here, it's game. And this must have been off an advanced or one of those reset timeouts. Just get to advance the rock. Got an SOB. So high cross. Just gonna flash. Pitch back. So it's not for BC to score. Now catch jab. And on that jab, it opens Miles up. The high left is exposed. I'm driving mid. No, she's not. One dribble. Tween. So she's going to change directions. If you drive the side, get base, that works too, because now you can open her up again, attack that high right. But you're going to step back? I guess that's fine too, because you do want 3. If you get 2, 3-point game, you foul. Not the worst. But you're going to force up 3. Alright, that's fine. Step back, nope. She's there, fly by, pump, nothing. Now you're stuck. Now BC, oh, that's bad. Because Carlton was going to cut, bites it. So she's looking to flash again. But I think Black kind of panics here. What is that pass? You can see she's poaching that right on the line. Easy deflection. You get the pick. And she's going to pull her dribble out again. The right thing to do. Because the game's over here. So 2 bad back-to-back turnovers when they probably could have ran it back. That sucks.